Hey folks, Roland Martin here. Yes, I am coming to you live from the Bahamas where I'm on my final day of vacation. I actually am returning back to Washington, D.C. tomorrow. You see, I never shave when I'm on vacation. So it was not my desire to do any work from the Bahamas. It's about rest and relaxation. But this morning, my wife received a text message from a fraternity brother of mine, Daryl Thornton, alerting me about this particular story. About this particular story out of Brigham Young University that involves a black Duke volleyball player named Rachel Richardson. So yesterday, she is the only black starter, on the Duke University volleyball team. They were in Brigham Young University for a 2-day tournament, and Rachel was on the team. She was a starter, and according to her, every time she served, she was called the N word by folks at the BYU game. In addition to that, there was a gentleman there who even threatened her to the point where she felt that she feared for her safety. Not only did she hear the racial taunts, so did her fellow Duke volleyball players. Her mother, Gloria Richardson, posted a statement this morning on her Facebook page talking about this particular incident and what happened. Now, Lisa Pamplin posted something on her Twitter feed. You'll see it right here. This is her particular post here. That post has already gotten 8,038 retweets, 24,000 likes, 2,000 quote tweets, where she said, "My goddaughter is the only black starter for Duke's volleyball team. While playing yesterday, she was called a nigger every time she served. She was threatened by a white male that told her to watch her back going to the team bus. A police officer had to be put by their bench." That's what Lisa posted. Her dad, Rachel's dad, is Marvin Richardson. He is a top official with the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearms. I've met Marvin several times. He's a fraternity brother, an alpha brother of mine. And when I spoke to the ATF, we had an opportunity to chat in his office. So I called Marvin a few minutes ago to find out from him what happened, what's going on. And what he told me was disturbing. What he told me was shocking. That was unbelievable. He said he recounted to me what took place with his daughter. He said that the captain of the Duke volleyball team, after the game, went up to the BYU head volleyball coach and told her what, and said, why, how could you, why would you do anything? According to Marvin, that player was told by Heather Olmstead, who's the head volleyball coach BYU, what was I supposed to do? At no point during this volleyball match did the BYU volleyball coach stop the game and address the audience and address anything. It continued. Rachel Richardson had to endure racial taunts, being called nigger all throughout the game, and having someone saying, "Watch your back," walking to the bus. Marvin told me, and this is a quote, he said he got a call from his daughter last night, quote, "My daughter was afraid last night. She was in tears." That's what he said about what his daughter experienced. He said he's already talked with the Duke athletic director as well as the BYU athletic director. Duke has been very supportive, according to Marvin. They were supposed to play a game today. Duke University pulled out of that game and made clear their players were not going to participate in any volleyball on the campus of Brigham Young University. Marvin also told me that his daughter wanted the athletic director at BYU, as well as the head coach, to hear from her personally about her experience. Today, Rachel Richardson, the Duke player, who was called the N-word and who was threatened, was intimidated, she was supposed to meet with the BYU athletic director as well as the BYU head volleyball coach. The AD showed up. The volleyball coach did not show up. That's according to Rachel Richardson's father, Marvin Richardson. Again, a long time and one of the top officials in the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearms. Folks, this is greatly disturbing. In fact, Brigham Young University has posted a tweet where they have spoken to this particular issue. This tweet was posted about 10 or 15 minutes ago, and I want to read from the tweet. Keenan, if you can pull it up, that'll be absolutely great if you can pull it up. And so allow me to read from the tweet. This is an official statement from Brigham Young University. They stated that all of God's children deserve and love and respect, and BYU athletics is completely committed to leading out in abandoning attitudes and actions of prejudice of any kind and rooting out racism. When a student athlete or a fan comes to a BYU sporting event, we expect that they will be treated with love and respect and feel safe on our campus. It is for this reason BYU has banned a fan who was identified by Duke during last night's volleyball match from all BYU athletic venues. Although this fan was sitting in BYU's student section, this person is not a BYU student. To say we are extremely disheartened in the actions of a small number of fans in last night's volleyball match in the Smith Fieldhouse between BYU and Duke is not strong enough language. We will not tolerate behavior of this kind. Specifically, the use of a racial slur in any of our athletic events is absolutely unacceptable, and BYU athletics holds a zero tolerance approach to this behavior. We wholeheartedly apologize to Duke University and especially its student athletes competing last night for what they experienced. We want BYU athletic events to provide a safe environment for all, and there's no place for behaviors like this in our venues. Now, here's what BYU has to do. This apology simply isn't enough. Banning this fan is not enough. What BYU should be addressing is, why did this coach not stop the game and say something as it was happening? BYU should immediately suspend this volleyball coach, and BYU should launch an investigation and hire an outside firm not associated with the university to lead this investigation. There's no way in the world in 2022 that a black student athlete, whether they go to BYU, Duke, or anywhere else, should be facing racial hostility when they are trying to play a game. The NCAA should also launch an investigation. What took place to Rachel Richardson is simply wrong. It is shameful. It is despicable. And Duke University should make it clear to BYU that unless they are satisfied, they will never, ever participate in any sporting event with BYU ever again. The Mormon Church should also be involved in this investigation. What took place is absolutely wrong, and it is shameful. I could have easily waited until Monday to address this on the show. I chose to do so right now because it is that urgent. To say that a black student trying to play volleyball game, and every time she serves is being called nigger, that is despicable. It is wrong. This is not the 1950s and 1960s. BYU, you must do better. You must do more. Thousands were at that game. Are you telling me there's no video available? They should be looking at all video. They should be looking at what students posted and what was said. They should be interviewing every Duke player, every BYU player about what took place. This should not be allowed. It should have been stopped immediately. And because a police officer was positioned near the Duke bench, that means somebody at that venue was fully aware of the threats and the racial taunts that were going on, yet they chose to continue the game. No one said, the hell with this game, it must be stopped because we must protect this black student. That's not what happened, folks. And what took place is shameful and despicable. And again, BYU has to do more. This apology posted about 15 minutes ago on Twitter simply is not enough. Not enough. And so they owe the Richardson family more than that. They should be talking with Rachel Richardson, the player, her father, Marvin Richardson, her mother, Gloria Richardson, because this is simply wrong. It is wrong. And Marvin Richardson said something to me that was interesting. He said that Daryl Thornton was a player for the University of North Texas. And they had and probably at the time they were North Texas State. And apparently that was a game that took place at BYU. And Daryl Thornton said tomatoes and eggs were thrown at us when we arrived at the game. That, folks, is what he said took place in 1980. And here we are in 2022. And black players of visiting teams are having to deal with racism at Brigham Young University. We'll have more on this story on Monday on Roland Martin Unfiltered. We hope to have folks from Duke on the show. BYU will be making calls to them as well, because they need to be publicly addressing what is taking place at Duke with this Duke player, Rachel Richardson, what took place on their campus. So, folks, that is it for me. Again, I will see you on Monday on Roland Martin Unfiltered, live at 6 p.m. Eastern to 8 p.m. Eastern on the Black Star Network. Of course, you can see us on all available platforms: Apple phone, Android phone, Apple TV, Android TV, Roku, Amazon Fire, Samsung Smart TV, as well as Xbox. And so you can see Roland Martin Unfiltered on the Black Star Network on all of those platforms. And again, we have the latest details as well as news of the day on Roland Martin Unfiltered. So until then, I will see you on Monday. Holla.